Hey friends, Fargo here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have some things to talk about. There was an idea that I had, and a friend brought this up to me not too long ago, about yesterday or the day before that, and they were talking about how I went about training my suits up and promoting it to the next cog suit. And I thought about it for a bit, because the way I go about grinding cog suits and grinding bosses and stuff is a bit different than what people usually go for. And I'm putting this Doodle footage over because I haven't had a lot of time to just sit down and do bosses, so I figured I would just record something quick for you guys, and here it is. I'm just training Peekaboo, but I wanted to talk about my suits. I wanted to talk about my suit grinding and how I go about it. So I want to give you guys this question here. Leave down in the comments below, how do you train your suits before you watch this video? I want to know your opinions, and I want to see if anyone else has the same idea as I do. It would be really interesting to see what everyone else thinks about this. So how do I train my cog suits, and how do I grind bosses? So it's a bit different from what other people usually do. Other people, I know a lot of people have told me that they like to just grind through that one boss, maybe like a VP, just grind right through it until they do like 50 in a row, and that's not really how I go about it. The way I like to see bosses is kind of a way to split up your time, because there are 4 bosses in the game right now that you can split your time between, and I definitely feel like the grind is really intense if you only focus on one boss. So a lot of the times I like to actually go from one boss to the next boss to the next boss to the next boss. And what that kind of means is I like to take my main suit. Let's say I'm a cold caller. I take that suit and I grind it all the way up to a telemarketer, and from telemarketer I don't go straight to name dropper. I actually go to cashbot, and if I have that suit, I'll take my short change suit and turn it into a penny pincher, and we'll kind of repeat that process up until boss bot. So what that means is I like to promote my suit, and then I like to move on to the next boss, and I really kind of avoid burnout, in a sense that I don't just repeat the boss over and over again until I get sick of that boss and move on to whatever else I'm doing, like playing a different game, for example. If I'm seriously burned out from Toontown just because I did 20 VPs in a row, I feel like that really does help a lot, is to kind of cycle what bosses you're doing at any given time. So when it comes to being a Hollywood, a robber baron, a bigwig, and a big cheese, I like to take that Hollywood. If I'm a level 10 Hollywood, I'll try and get to level 20 Hollywood, and then I move on to Cashbot. So that kind of makes it so I don't completely burn out from doing bosses, because it means that I'm doing other things that aren't the same thing over and over again. I know I've talked to a friend that has actually maxed their tune recently, and they were confessing that they were sick of the game and that they really were just completely bored of it, because they had done one boss at a time, and they did like 50 VPs in a row, then they did 50 CFOs in a row, and 50 CLOs, and all the OCLOs and all that, and it really burned them out, and they really don't want to play the game anymore because of that, because it's just so repetitive and boring for them. And I feel like that can be seriously avoided if you just cycle out your bosses and make sure you don't do the same boss over and over again, and it really makes a big difference in that department, in just burnout. It completely makes it so much better than just doing 50 VPs, as opposed to doing 10 VPs, 10 CFOs, 10 CLOs, and 10 CEOs. It's so much better. So let's talk about my method for avoiding burnout in further suits, so like tier 8 suits. So I think the biggest way to avoid burnout in that sense, if you're, say, a Hollywood can go through about 6 laugh points in its lifetime. That goes for any tier 8 suit. So if you're starting out, you might want to go from level 8, which I believe is the base level for a cog suit, is when you get your first laugh point, you can go from level 8 to level 15, so that's about, I want to say, 7 maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Once you go from level 8 to 15, you can probably go ahead and move on to Cashbot, because you'll actually have your lap point. That's your incentive for doing the VPs. So you do about 7 of them, then you move on to Cashbot. You'll want to kind of repeat that process for all your bosses, go from Sellbot all the way to Bossbot, so Sellbot, Cashbot, Lawbot, and Bossbot, and just go from like a level 15 Hollywood to a level 15 Rubber Baron, then a level 15 Bigwig, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's how I promote my suits. Make sure to cycle through all your suits, because, I mean, if it helps me, then it might help you if you're feeling like you're really burnt out from the game and you really can't deal with these bosses anymore, or even if you're... This could apply to, this method could actually apply to activities as well, because if you're grinding out golfing, let's say that you've been grinding golfing for like a week, and you just are sick of it, that would be a good way to cycle through. So if you're doing... golfing, you could get to level 10, then do trolleys, get to level 10 in trolleys, and then move on to racing and get to level 10 in racing, and that'll really help, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that can actually negatively affect the way you think about it, because if you're just doing it over and over and over again, it becomes a chore. So really cycling it through and giving yourself these rewards of a lap boost every now and then, and say, okay, I got the lap boost in golfing, I can move on to racing finally. That really helps, I think, and if you keep doing this, and if this is a way to help you out in figuring out how to make the game less repetitive for yourself, then that's one way to do it, and it really improves the lifespan of the game for you. So I really hope that my methods of getting through burnout in these kind of scenarios really helped you in any way. If you haven't thought about it before, cycling through your bosses until you get that laugh boost, it really helps, because I haven't gotten sick of the game yet, and I feel like if you were to try this method out, if you've been feeling burnout, maybe this could help you as well. So what do you think about my process? How do you grind your bosses? Leave a comment down below. Do you grind a specific boss, like Sellbot, until you get to Mr. Hollywood? Or do you completely max a boss out before you move on to the next? Or do you do it like I do? Let me know down below, because I read every comment, and I really want to find out what you guys think about this all. Also, what are your thoughts about burnout? Do you get burnout very often? How do you feel about burning out from a game like Toontown Rewritten or Toontown Corporate Clash or any of these private servers? What causes burnout the most for you? I'd like to know, and maybe I could make a full-fledged video about it soon. But other than that, I think that's all the thoughts I had for this. There's one more thing I want to talk about before I let you guys go. If you've watched this whole video, then I really appreciate it. I didn't want to not acknowledge this, but we've hit 170 subscribers on the channel, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I really appreciate it, and I hope that doing this is, in a way, helping the community out, because I really want to show my love for the community, and I really want to give back to the community. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I really do appreciate it. Also, on that note, I'm going to be taking a small break from YouTube. The reason I'm taking a break is because I have a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, like a huge pileup of commissions and so much art that I'm working on right now, and just life in general is just so hectic right now, and I have to remember that YouTube is a hobby of mine, so I really gotta set YouTube aside for now, and I do apologize. Since we are approaching that 200 subscriber milestone, I am going to make a video about that, but as for right now, I need a few weeks off. I hope you guys understand that videos are going to be a bit slower. If you want to find me anywhere, or if you want more content from me, make sure to check out my Twitter. I post tweets about my card collection, and I post tweets about my general feelings on things, and if you want to reach out, make sure to follow my Twitter. Also, make sure to join our Discord server. We have a great community over there, a lot of really funny people, and I talk in the voice chats frequently, so if you want to talk to me, if you want to interact with me in any way, then make sure to join our Discord. So, aside from all that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on boss grinding. and just in general burnout, and I hope you guys liked the video. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, share with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to join the Hypno Party. And I've been Fargo. Stay hypnotized, folks.
I love this duck so much. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, out of all the ducks we went through, all of the terrible, garbage, subhuman ducks we went through, this is my absolute favorite one. I love it so much. The little paint splatters, it makes me really feel like an artist, which I am, but it gives me, it reinforces the notion. And I really like it. It's so pretty. I can't. This is the best duck ever. It's the best duck we've seen out of all of them. All of them. I love it so much.
It's kind of boring.
Personally, I think it's a bit simplistic. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate your interest, but
the wing looks faded. The pink on the wing looks really faded.
yeah, no, it's difficult because with this style.
That's very crisp.
Yeah, no, the splatter on the front is really crisp. Oh, I think we broke his heart.
Oh no.
But in conclusion, this is a lovely.